Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Math Talk. This channel mainly focuses on middle school math, high school math, SAT math, ACT math, Regent math, PSAT math, and GI math. Today's topic we talk about math word problem. After the video, if you think the video is helpful, please subscribe to my channel and give a like to my video. Now let's go to today's topic. Math word problem basically is very important. You can check out the SAT examination. In the SAT examination, they never directly ask you questions such as, for example, uh, such example, we have equation looks like this. In this equation, we know the slope is 2, the y-intercept is also 2. For example, in the SAT examination, they never directly ask you about this equation is slope is what and y-intercept is what. Okay, they always ask you in an indirect way. So that means that we need to understand, the math word problem, the real meaning. So that is very important. Okay, now I'll give you some examples and the keywords about the math word example. I'll make a list. Okay. On this column, I'll give the keywords. This column is about which sign you should use, and this column I give you some example. Okay. For example, if you see the keywords such as sum, add, increase, more than, plus, increase by, great, exceeded, by, and if you see those kind of keywords, usually you should think about the add sign. Okay. And I'll give you some examples, such as they say x increased by 5. So that means you should do the expression like this for x plus 5. Okay. That is one example. Another example is, for example, this says the sum of x and 2 So basically this means x plus 2. Okay, this is about the the plus sign. Now if you see that kind of keywords such as difference, subtract, take away, minus, decrease, fewer, less, less than, decreased by, diminished by, we'll see those kind of keywords. Usually you should think about the the subtract sign. Okay. Okay, I also give you some example, simple example. Okay, such as 4 less x. That means 4 minus x. Okay. Another example. Such as 16 fewer apples than Tom. Okay. So that means we use the T to stand for Tom's apple. So that means T minus 16. So that is some example about the subtract. Okay. Also for the some keywords for the multiplication, such as when you see multiply of product times when you see those kind of keywords, you need to think about the multiply sign. Okay, I give you some examples such as the product of x and y. So that means x multiply y. Okay. X multiply y. Okay. Another example for such as 1/2 of the table with for example 50 pounds. So you can you use the t to express the table's width. So that means 0.5 multiply t equals 50. Okay, the t is the table width. Okay, So that is about the multiplication. Now we go to the division. Okay, we use the Simpson. This column is about keywords. This column about math sign. This column is about some example. Okay. Okay. For the division, the keywords such as like this. Divide, quotation, into, for, per, divide by. When you see those kind of keywords, you need to think about the division sign. Okay. You need to think about division. Okay. I also give you some example, such as, for example, 100 divided by 2. So that means 100. Okay. Divide 2. Okay. Another is such as for example, Tom split the plate the 12-inch paper into 3 equal parts. Okay, so that means the expression will be 12 divided 3. Okay, so that is about the division. Okay, also about the inequality. If you see the keywords such as like this, equals is equivalent to is the result of is. When you see those kind of keywords, usually you should think about the equal sign. Okay. Also give you some example. For example, see twice a number minus 4 is 50. Okay. the number we use the n to express. So we first do the test number. So that means 2 multiply n, then minus 4, then minus 4 equal 15. Here you see here is the equal sign. Okay, so that is about the equal sign. Also, some of the the inequality signs, such as the grid. Okay, in that condition, such as the is greater than, is more, has more. When you see those kind of keywords, usually you need to think about the grid. Okay. So, for example, we say n is greater than 4, so we can write down the inequality such like this: n greater than 4. That's it. Okay, that is about the grid. Similarly, when you see the keywords such as is less than, is fewer, has fewer. When you see those kind of keywords, you should think about the smaller. Okay. For example, we such as Tom has fewer books than Davy. Okay. Here we use the T to express Tom's book and use the D to express David's book. So in this kind of scenario, Tom's book should smaller than David's book. T smaller than D. Okay. So that is the smaller sign. Similarly, when you see the keywords such as is less than or equal to, at least, has at least. When you see those kind of keywords, you should think about the the smaller or equal sign. Okay. I also give you some example such as I'm sorry. Here is should be at most. Okay. Has at most. Okay. Sorry for about this. Okay. Such as my home is at most 2 miles away. Okay, so I use the the h to express my home's distance. So that means h the distance should be small or equal to 2. Okay, so that is the smaller or equals equal sign. Now, okay, we use the same way. That is the key words. That is the math sign. That is some examples. Now we talk about the some keywords about greater or equal sign, such as is greater than or equal to, is at least, has at least. When you see those kind of keywords, you should think about the sign greater or equal sign. Okay, and I also give you some example. For example, says the meeting was, at least 5 hours long. Okay, so we use the t to express the meeting's time, so that means the t should be greater or equal 5. Okay, the last one is about the not equal sign. When you see the keywords such as is not equal to, is not the same as, can not equal, does not equal. When you see those kind of keywords, you should think about the not equal sign. Okay, you should think about this guy. Okay, I also give you example. Okay, for example, it says my total money is not equal to $15. Okay, so I use M to express my total money, so that means my total money doesn't equals 50. Okay, that is some keywords about the math sign. You should pay attention about those keywords. When you see those keywords, you should think of the corresponding math sign. Now, following, I give you some example about how to use all of those information together. Okay, I give some example about the math word problem. For example, the first one, it says 3 more than 3 times a number. Okay, this number use x to express. Okay, now let's to analyze. Okay, first you see the times. We should think about the multiplication, and the more than we should think about the plus sign. Okay, so first we care about this part, 3 times the number, so that means that should be 3. Oh, sorry. That should be that should be 3x. Okay, this is about this part, and they have another part is 3 more than 3 times the number, so we should plus 3. Okay, that is about this math word. Okay, another example, such as, for example, let's say 2 times a number decrease by 6. Okay, this number still use x to express. Okay, here we see times decreased, so times we should think about the multiplication. Decrease we should think about the subtract. Okay, so we first care about this part, 2 times the number, so the number is x. Okay, so that means that should be 2x. Okay, then those sum decrease by 6, so 2x minus 6. Okay, this is the whole sum. Okay, the third one, for example, see 7 less than the product of a number and 9. Okay, the number still use x to express. Okay, the product we should think about the the multiplication, and the less than we should think about the subtract. First we care about this part, the product of number and 9. So that's because the number is x. Okay, so that is the multiplication, so that is 9x. 7 less than those the whole thing, so we should minus 7. Okay, so that's the result. Okay, basically about the math word problem, you should analyze the sentence very carefully and use the keywords we have learned and write down the the correct math expression. So so I just want to mention 2 points. First one, analyze the sentence carefully. Second one, and you need be familiar with the keywords and the corresponding the math sign. So this is about today's video. Okay, if you have some questions, you can leave your question in the comment. And if you have some problem you don't understand, you can also leave your problem in the comment. I will try my best to answer your question. Thanks for your watching.